backlight you can put on there. No, don't. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah, that's good. There's a bit of a light on there. So we're looking at the door. So let's just. We got it. We just we just switched this thing on, and we found ourselves looking at the door over there behind you. You can't see. So you're looking at me. So hello everybody. It's that day again. It's Thursday, May the 14th, and welcome all you people on the internet, all the people in the digital universe out there, in this lockdown world that we're in. I've got some requests to do tonight. Some people asked me. You know, last week I did a silly thing. I looked on the screen and somebody said, "Would you do this song?" And I thought, "Oh, that sounds like fun." And so I launched off into this song, which I hadn't played for about, must be 6 months since I played it. And well, anyway, my zeal to be helpful to my audience, as it were, was exceeded my ability, and it really wasn't very good, I don't think. So I apologise for that. So I'm if you do send a request in, I'll do it the next week. Is that okay? To give me a little bit of time to just rehearse stuff. So tonight I've got one song to do that you never will have heard of before, unless you're on my top table. If you're on my top table, then you may have played this song, because it's actually on there. It's a song I'm going to release at some point in the not too distant future, but at present this is a world premiere of a song which is called Turn to Grey, and it goes like this. Look. It's good to see you after all this long time. It's nice to know that life's treating you fine, and how it all comes flooding back as we sit and chew the fat, you and me. No mystery, there was a time when we were flying free, out on a roll, cheeky and bold, pulling the stops out for that pot of gold. We took our chances and we pushed out the boat. We burned our bridges and we filled in the moat, like we were dancing in a whirl, me and you against the world, back to back, just knowing that you'd always be around to take the slack. We played to win, sink or swim, to catch that moment when the wave comes in. Closer to the heat of the flame, I hear you call out my name. Oh, stand a little bit nearer to the edge of the cliff. I keep on wondering if, I should have read between the lines. I was a fool not to notice the signs. The truth was oh so bittersweet. The blood ran to my feet when I knew that it was true. Your cheating ways told me a tale on you, and from that day I turned to grey. No doctor's pill could take the pain away. Oh, I turned to grey. Oh, I turned to grey. Thought it would never end. You'd always be my best friend. to grey. You'd always be my best friend. I'm turning to grey. I'm turning to grey. Yeah, Turn to Grey. It's a song about old friendships and acquaintances and meeting up again and stuff. And well, anyway, you get the idea. It's I'm just trying to get some words hooked up. Whoops, I'm moving everything around here. It's just where's my studio technician to help me here? Yeah, so a song called Turn to Grey, that will be released hopefully this year. It's never been released. That was a world premiere of that song. Hey, I tell you what, give me some feedback. You know, if you want to just say you liked it, you didn't like it, thought it was morose, thought it was horrible, turning to grey, a horrible subject. It is a bit, isn't it, really? But there you go. I wanted to. There's a song I started to try to do last week, and the guitar was out of tune because I'd put a capo on for a song, and then I came to do this other song, and it was way out of tune, so I couldn't do the song. But I want to do it because for a few reasons, not least because it's a song from the first album I ever cut. It was an album way back in 1970 called the Morgan album, and would you believe we're going to re-release that album this year, I hope. The plans are in place to get it remastered, to get it digitally released on digital, on CD, and possibly on vinyl, because it is such an old piece. I mean, it's 50 years old, for heaven's sake. So this is a song from the Morgan album. I'd like to play it tonight, if I can, using this guitar. I hope you can hear that. I'll just lift it up a bit so you can maybe hear it a bit better. Let's just put my leg there and just see if we can do it like this. So it's a song called Ill Wind That Blows, and it goes like this. It's an ill wind that blows and stops the flame from burning. It's a crooked stream that flows when the memories come returning, and the promises all spurning. Everyone is learning. It's an ill wind that blows. It's an ill wind that blows when the fire begins to smoulder. It's a crooked stream that flows and the water's running colder, and the sand has turned to boulder. Everyone's grown older, and it's an ill wind that blows. And it blows away the smile from the sun, and it blows so hard it touches the heart of each and every one. It's an ill wind that blows when the world is meditating. It's a wise man who knows the best road to be a-taking when war is in the making. Everyone is shaking, and it's an ill wind that blows. Yeah, there's an ill wind that blows. I hope you could catch the guitar on that one. I see Richard's just said, look at the bright sunshine behind the curtains. Not such a grim do after all, because this is, of course, this studio I'm in is called GrimmDoo3. I'll tell you a bit later how it got the name GrimmDoo3, but let me just tell you about that song, Ill Wind That Blows, because like I say, it's a really old song, and that song was how I really got into music, sort of more semi-professional, or professionally really, because I had a proper job until I did that song. I recorded that song, and a guy named Danny King, who you won't have heard of, but he's a local legend. He's a singer, local singer. I think he's still singing actually. He's about 800 years old, but anyway, he was a great singer. He is a great singer rather, and he heard that song, and it just so happened that Trevor Burton was in his group, and Trevor was leaving to join the Move. The Move was being formed, and so he needed somebody to in his group. So he phoned me up. He heard that song, and he phoned me up, and he said, "I want you in my group. I've heard your song," and he said something like, "I don't care if you're fat, sputty, smelly, whatever. I want you in my group." He was like, he said something like. So there I was. I'd got a job with Danny King's group. In fact, you know, around about that time, everybody in Birmingham went up a peg. I went up to Danny King's group, but over in close to where I live, Jeff Lynne, he got a job with a group called the Night Riders, because Roy Wood had left them to join this Move thing that Carl Wayne was forming. So we all went up a peg, and of course the Night Riders became the Idol Race, and Jeff Lynne, of course, is the originator, or the main originator rather, of Electric Light Orchestra. Him and Roy Wood formed Electric Light Orchestra a few years after this event that I'm talking about. So that song, Ill Wind That Blows, anyway, that's where it hails from. All that, got all that historical stuff behind it. And, okay, well, Shauna in America. Let me get some words here. I've got some words here. Now, the microphone's going to go all over the place. Look, when I do the. No, look at that! I managed to do it. Did you see that? You didn't hurt, did he? Because Shauna in America has asked me to do this song. I'm going to see if I can put my foot on this chair here. So this might help. Yeah. Oh, it's going to knock into that, so that's no good. Okay. I just need something to lift me. Hang on, let me go and get something to help me to just play this tune for you. Yeah, you should do it. Right, we're in business. We got something. Just trying to. Oh no, that won't work either. Oh dear. Try this. Right. Oh yes, it's we're all professional here, you know. Oh yes. I just want to try and make sure you can hear this guitar. Okay, Shauna in America. Hello, Shauna, if you're watching. Hi, you know, Shauna sent me a message saying, would you do this song? And I thought, oh no, because well, anyway, this is a bit of a challenge to do this song, but here we go. This is for Shauna. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you for getting me to do it. I hope that it's not too painful for you guys, but it's a song called Princeton, and it goes like this. If I ever go to Princeton, I'll bow to nature's wisdom. If ever I'm allowed to see the wheels within the wheel, I will turn the clock on easy and ask the ground to leave me. If I ever get to Princeton, I'll remember how it feels. limped along a sidewalk, lost in a time warp. We stood and counted UFOs tumbling headlong across the sun, and we terrorized the freeway with a humanizing heat ray. And if I ever get to Princeton, I'll remember what we've done. And in the space between the fooling, while the galaxy was cooling, I glimpsed the greater sorrow of tomorrow never come. But we cast aside the reckoning, for stars they were a beckoning. And if I ever get to Princeton, I'll remember everyone. Then a traveler from Venus set a force field between us. I had the strangest feeling I had seen it all before. In a tale by Dennis Wheatley, he saved the world so neatly. And if I ever get to Princeton, I'll remember what it's called. If I ever go to Princeton, I'll bow to nature's wisdom and wonder how on earth I had the nerve to let it fly. For in Princeton I ran into a planet I had not been to, yet in Princeton I was happy for a moment of my life. Yes, in Princeton I ran into a planet I'd not been to, and in Princeton I was happy for a moment in my life. Yeah, a song called Princeton. A lot of galactic scientific sort of references in that, but really the song was written about a relationship, or relationships actually, that went pear-shaped. Would you believe it was written about a group I had? I had a fabulous group, just the three of us. It was me and Jim Cleary, who's no longer with us. He's gone on ahead. And a guy named Bob Daffer. Bob Daffer, maybe you're watching tonight, but Bob and Jim we had this fabulous group, and you know, rock and roll goes to a lot of stuff, and anyway, that group went toes up, and I wrote that song just thinking about that group and how that thing had gone, was now lost. So I guess you'd never guess that from listening to the lyrics, would you? But anyway, that's what. But you see, it had all those references to space, you know, about we stood, counted UFOs tumbling headlong across the sun, and all that stuff about while the galaxy was cooling. And because of that, when we were doing the Earthrise album, we thought it kind of was sympathetic to the Earthrise mission, and so we put it on the Earthrise album. So Princeton is from the Earthrise album, and thank you, Shauna. Thank you for requesting that. Shauna actually requested 2 songs, and would you believe I'm going to do both of them, Shauna? Yeah, I am. Yeah. And both of them, when I looked at it, I thought, oh no, how am I going to do that? But I figured out how to do this other one, and this other one is called Paradise Garden. It's from my album called BC Collection. Well, I say my album, it's Tandy Morgan Smith, actually, Richard Tandy. What's my name? Dave Morgan. That's it, me, Morgan, and Martin Smith, the 3 of us. And I'm just going to play to the drum track. Okay, I've just done a quick drum track today, so I can just sort of have a bit of a bashing behind it, because it's got this great bashing going on behind. But this song is like a tour de force of lyrics. So I'm going to put some lyrics up, because just in case, because you know some of these songs are a bit old and I haven't done them for a bit, and so I can't actually always be sure I'm going to remember the lyrics. But so I've got my lyrics set up here. I've got my script. Hello everybody. No, not that bit of the script. Right, here we go. So this is a song from the BC Collection album. It's called Paradise Garden, and maybe I'll tell you something about it after we've done it. Here we go. Well, my woman blows the whistle for the 10:15 to Houston. And if I once had some principles, well now I've loosed them, go so's I know how it feels, pulling strokes and making deals, setting spokes inside the wheels of the Utopian Express. And then my lover, she's the mother of my hopes and aspirations. She's the keeper of my morals and my expectations. She's a virgin in forgiveness and a whore in self-destruction, and a master of that moment when you're hanging on a word. And at night I dream I'm falling from her 30-story window as she pushes me and cries out, God have mercy on my soul. Then she flies into the darkness with a makeup man beside her, and I stand helplessly watching as the gulf gets wider, crying, please take your greed and leave me alone. I've enough of my own. And when Paradise's garden isn't where you will be, listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. For the devil is alive and well, living on Manhattan. He's committed to a scientific course of action, and his legions, there are many, and they answer unto no one, and their promise is as heavy as the fog upon LA. Oh, but the treadmill is for losers. Better leave your pride behind you and go hide beneath your shadow, lest the good Lord find you and say, mind you, now what you doing? Have you spent all that I gave ya? Are you broken now in spirit as your minutes are in years? Or scientist to come up with an answer and to cut away the cancer of your discontented mind. Well, Frankenstein's in town, and I can lead you to his window where Cinderella dances in eternal limbo, crying help, save yourself if you can, and your fairy tale land. And now paradise has started slipping back to the sea. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. Okay, that's enough of the drummer, thank you. Wow. Boy, oh boy. Paradise Garden. Boy, oh boy. You know, that took a bit of a... You know that song, Paradise Garden? That was done right here. That was... The sweat of doing that song is in these walls, mate. Me and Martin Smith were in this room bashing that song out for, it took us so long to get that organised, and then we took it down to London, and Richard joined us because he was living in France at the time, and he joined us. And yeah, that song was done here at GrimmDoo, and it's on the BC Collection album. People ask me how the studio got the name GrimmDoo, but just over here, I'll just turn the camera. Like just there, you see there's a keyboard there now, but right there used to be a mixer, and Martin Smith, that is, he reckoned that every time he went near the mixer, it growled at him, and so somewhere along the line we picked up the name because it was a GrimmDoo. See, oh, it's a GrimmDoo, so we called it GrimmDoo, and that's how come it's got the name, and the name kind of stuck. Okay, well, my time's gone for this week. It's been great to air some of these tunes with you. You know, I did practice them before tonight. So, but you know, if you want me to sing any songs, just let me know what you want me to do, and you know, I'll do the ones I will rehearse them first. In fact, I'm working. Just a little heads up. I'm working with Martin Smith right now on a new song, and actually it's an American patriotic song. Now there's not too many of them coming out today, because not too many people feel so patriotic about America, I guess. But you know, I wanted to do this. It's a bit of a secret right now. I'm not going to play it yet, but it's going to be unveiled soon, and I'm working with Martin on it, and it's great. I'm really excited. But whether I'll play that next week, I kind of doubt. But next week I will play you a new song, because I do have another new one to play. I can see there's been lots of comments on here which I haven't had time to read on the air. So look, I'm going to clear off, leave you to it. It's 7:31. In half an hour, everyone's going to be out on the doorsteps out there. You can see my window here. That's the front of my house here, and we're all going to be out on the doorstep applauding the NHS. So it'll be a weekly clapter that we have on our doorsteps, and wave to the neighbours and say neighbourly things, you know, and stuff. Anyway, listen, it's been great being with you. Let me know, please let me know feedback on all of the songs actually, and we'll speak again soon. I'll see you next week. Bye bye for now.